everybody. Welcome back to Rose's Randomosity, and this is going to be my last video in my reflective vlog series on my Seek 2013 experience. I hope you guys don't really mind. I've noticed I've lost like a couple subscribers the last few days, so don't know what that's all about. But I hope you guys don't mind, my beauty videos being interrupted with this. Mainly because I just wanted to bang these videos out while the memories were still fresh in my head. But again, this is going to be the last one. And the clips I'm going to cut to are all mainly, or basically are all day 4. Because the 5th day, which was Sunday, January 6th, was the day that we were leaving. And, all my things were basically packed up and put up in the car right before we went to Mass, just so that we can get out as soon as Mass was over and beat the crowds. So I don't have any footage from that day, but of course I'll have my concluding thoughts and basically sum up that day through my self-reflection. Probably the number one word in my previous 3 vlogs that's been expressed would be exhausted, because that weekend was very exhausting for me. And I was kind of not to my breaking point, but kind of, because early on, when, I got up at 7 or 7:30 to get ready for Mass at 9, I had my day basically planned out in my head. After Mass, of course, during Mass, I was very sleepy, and I decided as soon as Mass was over, I was just going to go ahead and fight the crowds and go to the coffee shop that was on the 2nd floor, I think, and stand in line, get myself a coffee. I actually did that Thursday also. Forgot to mention that. But I did it after the Battle of the Sexes thing that we did. I got myself a nice hot coffee and got myself a croissant. I ate an apple turnover the day before, and both were very good, very delicious. And I actually missed the Battle of the Sexes thing that they had for that day. Thursday and Friday I did get coffee, but that Thursday I got like a Starbucks Frappuccino and an apple turnover. Friday I got that Starbucks Frappuccino and that ham and cheese croissant, which was delicious. And then Saturday I decided, screw the Frappuccino, I needed the energy. I got a real hot coffee and that ham and cheese croissant again, which both were very delicious. But then I made up in my mind, okay, after we listened to the speaker that was for the women only, I had it made up that when it was lunchtime, that I would go grab my lunch, and that day, I'll insert a picture, we had that chicken breast sandwich with the Hershey bar and the banana and the bag of Lay's chips, I think. We don't need love, remember number 1. The previous 2 days, we would get our lunches, sit at the tables, congregate, that type of deal. But I had decided that I was going to grab my lunch and just go straight back to the room and kind of be antisocial. Only because the days before, when I would do my lunch with everybody, I would basically sit out there for an hour, basically tired and yawning and stuff, and then go back to the room with roughly an hour and 15 minutes before I would have to go to the sessions. Well, then I decided, okay, it's 11:30. I'm going to go get my lunch, go back to the room. That's going to give me an extra hour, or at least 2 hours, before I would have to go to the sessions to rest and possibly take a nap. And I didn't really plan on telling anyone, but Femi, I've mentioned her before. I sat next to her, during Mass, and I basically said to her what I was doing. She came along with me because she was really tired too. And so we both grabbed our lunches, went back to the room, actually turned on the TV for the first time, and we landed on The Backup Plan with J-Lo. I normally don't like Jennifer Lopez movies. Not that I think that she's a horrible actress or anything. I don't. But I just typically don't ever really like her movies. But The Backup Plan actually was really funny. 2 of our roommates ended up coming back to the room to change their clothes and I guess to check on us and, reminded us of the sessions. And so we got up, I think it was about 2:30, right when the session started. I honestly can't tell you anything about them because I was just groggy from the nap, the coffee. You know, I was able to take a nap after drinking that coffee, so that just shows you just how exhausted I was. And I was just brain dead the hour and a half that I had to sit there and listen to, I listened to the same guy twice. I can't tell you anything about him because I probably just sat there. Well, no, I did sit there silently and just didn't talk to anybody. But yeah, we had the horrific dinner experience the first night, had Domino's the second night, ate Chinese the night before, so we then decided we were going to go back and give the boardwalk a chance and not go to the Flying Fish Cafe. Somebody did a little bit of investigating and they found out that the Big River Grill, the prices were pretty reasonable, and so we made reservations to eat there, which I do have some footage of while we were waiting, and we took quite a few pictures while we did wait. Our church actually has a website, and we were kind of already planning to do an article on our experience for the website, and so we took some pictures, basically group shots that we were going to use for that article, so I'll go ahead and insert that footage and those pictures here.
Remember number one, we don't need love. Remember number one, we don't need love. We don't need don't try to fascinate me, no baby, you won't figure this one out. Don't try, it doesn't faze me, cause baby won't feel no doubt. We don't need don't try to fascinate me, no baby, you won't figure this one out. Don't try, it doesn't faze me, cause baby won't feel no doubt. We don't need love. We don't need love.
Now, one of the new people that I got to meet, I've kind of talked about him before, was Father Chris, and he's a priest of a church in Valdosta, Georgia. And he reminded me of a lot of my brother. We're the same age. I'm actually, I think, 6 months older than him. But basically, for that dinner, he did sit next to me, and we ordered the same thing. We both got the Kobe burgers at the Big River Grill, I think was the name, just because we had both never had a Kobe anything before. Kobe beef is supposed to be really good level or grade of beef where the cows are massaged and fed beer, and I don't know if they're raised in, or they originated in Japan or something, but we were both interested in the Kobe burgers, so we both got the same thing with cheese, added bacon. It was good. It was reasonably priced. It was only $14.50. It was good, and really tender, but wasn't really anything really that special. I can admit that I prefer the Triple Prime Burger at Ruby Tuesdays. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't anything where I was like, oh, I'm going to have to eat that again. I'm thinking the next time that I try Kobe beef, I'm going to have to, eat a steak or something. But I do have some footage of that, and if you look closely, I flash my plate and Father Chris's plate, and I have, he basically came to the restaurant without any ID, and it was our last dinner. The people in our group that were over 21, we all decided that we were going to, order drinks for ourselves, and the waitress that was there, of course, was following the rules, and she couldn't serve him since he didn't have his ID on him. And so I basically ordered a Long Island, and the Long Island, I think, was like $9.75. And he and I basically split it, but it was really funny. Whenever the waitress would walk away, I purposely had the drink in between us, and he would, slowly slide his hand and, slide it over, and then take a sip from it really fast and put it back. It was just really funny. Really funny, but you kind of see the glimpse of our half-empty drink in between our plates in this quick clip that I have.
Let's take a ride and time for two. Riding my boy and won't be my guest only. Love and best for you. Like it or not, on top of my DNA. Give me a smile and I'll give to you. Think you got a robot with me.
And the dinner was great. Father Morris ended up paying for it. So gracious, so nice of him to do. And by the time that we left the restaurant, it was dark. And I do have some footage of us walking back and kind of the last glimpse of the magical trees. And our group, we were a very diverse group. We were a very fun group. And if you kind of listen to the footage that I have that I'm about to show you, somehow 2 games started. A game of tag and a game of, I think it's called Ugly Face, where the person that's it, they have to pass on the ugly face to another person to not be it anymore. And the way you did it was you would have to say their name and get their attention, and they would have to make eye contact, and you would basically make an ugly face, like, or something, and then they would be it. And so now they had the job of passing the ugly face on to another person. You kind of hear the people talking about it. I ended up being it at one point and getting stuck with the ugly face at another point. But that's basically what my group is talking about in the footage that I'm about to show you.
What? You have to say. What face? I didn't understand it either.
What about now?
You look like you pooped today, so you're trying to hold it in. Have you?
I'm not it. I touched you.
Exactly.
No, I touched you.
We have a game of in and the face.
Huh?
Going on right now.
While I was walking back, I decided that I had to fulfill yet another sweet tooth craving, and I'm happy that I did. But I'm pretty sad that I waited until the last night to do this. The first floor of the Dolphin Resort had a ice cream parlor called The Fountain. We ate at the restaurant that first night where I had the hot dog and the fries and the beer and stuff. I was kind of apprehensive about going to it just because, you know, I knew I figured the prices would be outrageous. I regret not going to them sooner, because basically the sundae that I'm about to show you was massive. It was a 2-scoop sundae with whipped cream, a cherry, a dry topping, and a wet topping, and I put rainbow sprinkles and strawberry sauce. I've already Instagrammed about this sundae because it was so amazing. This sundae was only $7, but as you look at the clip I'm about to show you, it was only a 2-scoop sundae. It turned out to be 4 scoops. I know it wasn't especially made for me, because as I was waiting in line, I waited in line for about 10 minutes. Everyone that walked away, their ice cream cones and their sundaes were just so massive, but I just figured they ordered a bigger size. No, $7 at the Fountain, 2-scoop sundae with a dry topping, a wet topping. Fantastic, and I'm about to show you the clip that I have.
Yeah, where's your key at?
I don't know. I think I was on the bed, though.
Engaged.
I was just somewhere. It's in my name tag.
It's in her name tag. Do you see her name tag?
Uh-oh. Who lost what?
She lost her room key. Well, she said it's here. We'll look for it.
Have you ever been most happy?
No. Never will be headed that way.
A long time.
Oh, I got her
Unconditional love.
Huh?
I don't know what it is.
Now, the plan for that evening was a special concert, and I think, if I'm wrong, I'll annotate it. I think the musician's name was Matt Maher. I don't listen to Christian music, so I have no clue who he is. I think he might be, like, a YouTube sensation. Like, you gotta start through YouTube. Which, you know, it shouldn't have inspired me to go to this concert. But as I sat in a hotel room, waiting on Jessica because she left her key and her badge. We had badges that we wore everywhere, and she left them in the room. it took me about 30 minutes almost to finish that Sunday, which kind of bled into the time that the concert started. And only because I don't listen to Christian music. I didn't know who the guy was. And the same thing actually applied to both Jessica and her boyfriend Jake, who, I'm interrupting myself, to kind of add to the diversity of our group, her boyfriend was Protestant, so we actually had a Protestant in our group, by the way. As we sat there, and it was probably like a good 20 minutes into the concert, we all decided to just not go and, again, play hooky. And we decided to go to downtown Disney. It was our last night. We wanted to explore a little bit more of Disney, so the three of us went to downtown Disney. And I do have some footage of the stuff that we did there. Before I go to that footage, I'm going to insert an unnecessary clip of myself trying to vlog myself, and I'm quickly interrupted, and that's yet another example of that shows just how I was never alone, or can never get a moment alone, you know, the whole time that I was there. So I really hope that you guys don't mind my future self. But yeah, the first clip I'm going to show you is in one of the Disney stores. I think it was the World of Disney store that just had all these different sections that were themed. There was a princess area, a toy area, and then, you know, Disney just bought like all the rights to Star Wars. There was a whole Star Wars area, and I was just so amazed with the build a lightsaber type display that they had, so I'm going to cut to that footage that I have. On my camera. Oh, sorry. That is so cool. Step 1 is that, and then you pick your color. I would pick blue, of course. I don't know why my voice is cracking. And then, I'm a boy going through puberty, and then, wow, this is so fancy. Like all the details.
I'm not doing this. Oh yeah, I never did that.
Two-blade. You can make it two-blade.
I've got to build this.
And just because I work in a department store, and I know where I work, video recording is not allowed. The sales associates were everywhere, so I don't really have that many clips of the stores that we went to. I think we went to 4 different stores. The second store that we went to was a jewelry / crystal store, I think. And what caught my eye were the beautiful tiaras that are in the case, so I'm going to cut to that. And then the next thing that I will cut to will be this castle. We stood at this castle. The castle was made by a jewelry company. It said something jewelers. And so we stood at this castle and we tried to determine whether or not this castle had crystals, like Swarovski crystals set, or actual gemstones. We came to the consensus, me looking at the stones. I used to be a fine jewelry manager, by the way, before I became a cosmetic manager. Me looking at the castle, I came to the decision, and my group agreed, that it was encrusted with diamonds. And then when the castle slowly spins, I'll slow it down, you'll see the price tag. The price said $37500. And so I was just like, is that $375 or is that $37,500? Jessica came to the decision that, you know, if it was $375, it wouldn't have the 2 extra zeros. And then me looking at it and me looking at the different stones and the colors and the cut and the clarity of them, I came to the consensus that this castle was embossed with actual diamonds. So this is a $38,000 castle that I'm about to show you guys, and I'll slow it down so you can see it in all its glory.
It's
I had a quinceañera, and we went out and bought a tiara.
They're so pretty! Oh, they have more here. We're out and about. Oh, there's a glass slipper. I'm not going to touch it. Not going to touch it.
True.
couple of shots I have are just the things I observed as we were leaving downtown Disney. There was this big balloon that was in the air, and I couldn't determine whether or not it was a real hot air balloon or if it was like a fake, smaller one. And then, of course, I record the other sparkly stuff that attracted me. The trees. All the trees had these beautiful blinking, like, Christmas lights in them. And if you listen to the conversation we were having, I believe we were talking about confessions the night before at Adoration, which I talked about in my day 3 vlog. It totally doesn't look like it's real, but I guess it is.
It's a tat.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Well, I just saw some camera, but I still imagine that.
I think everything's closing.
Oh, okay.
He dressed up.
Yeah.
Because Christina said that he wasn't even in his white robe.
No, he wasn't. He was in black, like his regular black stuff.
Huh?
Father Chris?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I saw Father Chris. I talked to him.
Oh, he was in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there. He had his own set of chairs, but I think they brought him in last minute.
Yeah.
And the last store that we went to was a Lush type store. On a side note, if any of you guys that are watching this live in Georgia, I know there's a Lush location. I think it's in Atlanta somewhere. Where is it? Because I would love to go to it. Somebody please answer that in the comments below. We went to a Lush type store, and I wish I would have gotten my camera out, but the associates were just so, not exactly aggressive, but they were everywhere. But they had bath bombs and like bath butters and all these other fabulous products that you could play with, and I ended up getting 3 bath bombs, which I will cut to that quick footage. And actually Jake, a very modern man, he actually got 3 bath bombs for himself.
I'll never get it back.
And not have any type of hand control. Why is my voice cracking so much?
You're in the puberty.
I'm a boy going through puberty. I don't get it. Recording. Okay. And this is the bag that they gave me. And my 3 bath bombs from basin.com is what it says. And oh, these smell fabulous. I cannot wait to try these out. I think these were like 3 for $10, which was not bad. And they had these in all different sizes and all different price ranges. And they literally had so many different type of bath bombs. Bath bombs that had glitters in them and little surprises. I believe this is the relaxing one, and I can't remember any of the notes that the descriptions said about these. But yeah, this just smells really calming. I know this one was the evergreen one, and it just smells like a minty forest is the best way that I can describe it. It's relaxing, and this is the evergreen one. And this last one, I think this was like a lemon citrus, a lemon zest, because it smells really lemony. Like lemon meringue pie almost. And then that was basically it. We didn't get back to our rooms until close to almost 1 a.m. And that was about the same time that everybody else got out of the concert. I don't have any footage from day 5, but I'll quickly will sum it up right here. And I left to go get coffee, and then I actually left the speaker for about 15 to 20 minutes to go say bye to my guy friend Clayton, who you got to see my last vlog on my day 3 reflections. He was at work at the Cabana, which was at the Dolphin Resort, and I went and quickly and like hugged him and said bye, and you know, said a few things to him, and then I went back to my group, finished listening to the speaker, and then we had Mass, which was a great experience. I yet again had people that were falling asleep, though, around me, which was really funny. And then as soon as Mass was over, we split off into our 4 different groups, and we left, and one of our groups went ahead and went back home. The other 3 vehicles, including mine, we all decided to stop and Kissimmee and have lunch. We ate at Quiznos and just reflected on our experiences. And Father Morris yet again paid for our lunch. And we've all decided that we're going to do a thank you video for, and the reason why are we doing a thank you video? We were all able to go on this trip mainly because a company called by the name of Crosstail, I believe it's a company in India, they actually sponsored our church to go to Seek 2013, which meant they paid for all of our registration fees. To go to Seek 13, I think the cost is roughly a little under $400, but that covers your stay at the Walt Disney Resort for those 4 nights and 5 days, and then it includes your lunches that I showed you in my previous vlogs that the resort provided you. And then when we first got to Seek, we got a goodie bag, a book bag that was full of stuff, of literature and a rosary and things like that. But we decided our plan during that lunch of how we were going to thank Crosstail. One of our group members, her father owns that company, and he was the one that was just so gracious and kind and decided to sponsor all of us to go to this conference. So we'll be doing a thank you video fairly soon for that. And then basically after that, we got in our cars and split off. Both the fathers had to go back to Valdosta to drop Father Chris off, but me and one other vehicle, we did follow each other back to our hometown, which we had lunch roughly at 1 p.m. We didn't get back to our hometown because we had to stop a few times, you know, for gas and to use the restroom and stuff. We ended up not getting back until roughly a little before 9. But Seek 2013, definitely a great experience, something that I would love to experience again. Don't really know if I can, since technically I am a college graduate and not a college student anymore. But that's basically it. My goal for going on this conference was to refresh and revitalize my Catholic faith back into my life, and I definitely do believe it was very successful, and I definitely did enjoy myself, and the experience was definitely very enlightening. So if you guys have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to message or comment me. And this is my last video on my Seek 2013 experience. If this is the first video that you're watching, I'm going to have linked, of course, down in the info bar all the previous vlogs. But again, this is Rose, and thank you guys so much for watching this crap. I will be back on my regular schedule of doing my beauty videos, and so please look out for those. And my next 2 videos will be my December favorites and my December empties, of course. But please don't forget to, I feel like I'm kind of like out of the whole swing of things with my whole regular rant that I do at the end of my beauty videos. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me on Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and you will be hearing again from me very soon.
So bring it back to you. I'm watching everything that you do.